Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us. And we begin tonight with the MLA for Peace River North leaving the BC Conservative Party to sit as an independent. Jordan Kealy with a confusing announcement on Friday, the rookie MLA saying he's lost faith in leader John Rustad. Later that night, he said he was going to start a new party. Then today, he backed away from that statement. Kealy has had a tumultuous 3.5 weeks since the legislature resumed, and as Jeff Cunha reports, now his constituents may be the ones who'll have to pay for it.
I don't want to be in this situation. I wanted to be in a party that formed really well and was able to beat the NDP. Yeah. But right now, I'd be amazed if that party survives another year.
Harsh words from Jordan Kealy outside the steps of the BC legislature this morning. Not even a month has passed since the legislature has resumed, and the MLA will now represent the riding of Peace River North as an independent after deciding to leave the BC Conservatives.
I ran my election on who I am, and I was running for a party that I thought it had conservative morals and values, and it turned out to be completely opposite.
The upheaval comes after leader John Rustad ousted Dallas Brody from the party, the MLA for Vancouver Quilshana going on a podcast mocking the testimony of residential school survivors.
This whole thing about my truth and your truth, oh my truth.
Kealy standing with Brody, although he says he recognizes the painful history of residential schools and their impact. The decision based on repeated instances of disrespect, abuse, and dishonesty within the party, according to Kealy. It comes after a scathing Facebook post Friday where he said he's lost faith in Rustad, questioned conservative values, and accused the party of backroom games.
John Rustad harbored a lynch mob. It is this behavior and lack of integrity I cannot stand behind.
However, the decision calls into question the repercussions in his riding and the nearly 40,000 constituents he represents.
We're not going to be represented, I don't think, the way that Peace River North deserves to be represented, and that is my biggest worry.
Longtime MLA Dan Davies lost to Kealy running as an independent after a blue wave swept through the province. He points to Kealy's lack of working relationships within government, stakeholders, and community groups as a drawback in driving change.
I don't believe Jordan has that. In fact, I know Jordan doesn't have that. He just has not been there long enough.
He's now encouraging the MLA to reach outside his base to meet the diverse needs of the riding.
I think if he were to really go out there and have broad conversations outside his close circle, he would be hearing a very different story.
During the provincial election campaign, Davies and Mike Bernier were chastised for running as independents. Davies says the real winners now are going to be the NDP.
You're not going to be the one guy that gets your way over top of everyone else in the province. That's just not how it works.
Kealy continues to defend his stance and says he will fight for the region. Plans for him, Brody, and MLA Tara Armstrong to form a new party and caucus have been put on hold for now. However, they're calling it early days as whispers of more BC Conservatives jumping ship shape a new reality in BC politics. In Fort St. John, Jeff Cunha, CJDC-TV News.